Hey everybody, Jessie Mundell here. We are going live for day 5, the 5th and final day of 5 days to becoming a postnatal fitness specialist. One of my favorite topics to discuss today. We're going to be talking about building successful strength training programs for postnatal clients. So I have been designing strength training programs for a really long time now, 10 years that I've been doing fitness coaching and personal training. And although I started out working fully in person and did that for many years, now I work entirely online, still design all the training programs for my clients for every phase that they are working through. And it is still one of my favorite things to do. It has changed and developed so much. My workouts look completely different now than they did 10 years ago when I started working with moms. They look so different even from a year ago. And I think this is what is so important to realize with strength training programming. It is going to continue to adapt and evolve, especially if you are going through things, changes, experiences in your life that influence and affect how you coach, which I think pretty much everything does. All right, so this is our last day together in this series. If you are new, my name is Jessie Mundell. I am a prenatal and postnatal exercise specialist. Throughout these 5 days, we've talked about pelvic floor dysfunction, we've talked about marketing to moms, nutrition coaching, strength training. We've talked about a bunch of different topics relating to coaching postnatal clients, mostly relating to fitness, but then of course, the principles that we're talking about can really apply to lots of different types of health coaching. If you're on live, say hi. I'm just going to make sure I bring this up on my computer so I can see your comments and questions. If you have any comments and questions as we're going through, post them up. I will be able to see them and I can get back to you in real time, okay? All right, so 3 big things that I want us to focus on today as we are going through this. When we talk about building successful strength training programs, workout programs, exercise sessions, what does that mean? I think this is the very first thing that we need to consider is what is the client looking for? What is the client looking for? Absolutely, they are coming to you for advice and direction and for you to guide them, and you are the expert. I think it's also really important to have conversations with your clients about what they are looking for, what their interests are. Do they like exercising at all? Do they like strength training? Have they strength trained before? What equipment do they have available to them? Are they looking for ease in a workout program? Are they interested or willing to spend more time on exercise per week or a minimal amount of time? What are their goals specifically? So these are things that I think might be most key to have conversations around right off the hop before we even get into the program design. Nothing more frustrating for a coach when we design these beautiful, brilliantly laid out plans, but then the client, for many reasons, for whatever reason for them specifically, they are not able to implement them. And that's totally fine. Totally fine. If the client is not able to implement the plan, it's on us to find, again, ways that they can be successful in implementing the plan. Hey, Katie. Hey, Vanetta. Good to see you both. Okay, so that's, I think, the first really key point in building successful plans. And what I will say, too, is that we want our clients to feel successful on these plans. I want to feel successful in my plan because it makes me want to keep coming back and keep showing up. All right, number 2. So if we think about food that has micronutrients and we have macronutrients, this is the same in exercise and training plans. This is how I consider it when I am designing a phase of workouts and these specific workouts in that phase. I consider the micros. So the actual training sessions themselves, the workouts themselves. So my training sessions for my clients, pregnant and postpartum, the ones that I follow too, we design them in 4-week phases. And there's typically 2 to 3 different workouts that they are doing during that 4-week phase. Hey, Patty, awesome. Good to see you. So 4-week phases, that's over the longer term. We work on 2 to 3 different workouts. strength training workouts per phase, and the reps and sets do change throughout that time period, but generally speaking, all the exercises stay the same. So the micros are those individual strength training workouts themselves. What do they look like? Are they balanced? Are they intentional? What is the purpose behind them? So for me, I'm trying to think about that over the longer term, but I also want that to be in those individual workouts too. What's the purpose? What is the intention? Is the level of difficulty spot on for that person? This is the beauty in the art of strength training workout program design is that you get to be really creative. You get to be really creative and design workouts and pair exercises and consider bilateral, unilateral reps and sets. If you nerd out on programming design, this is probably interesting to you too. If not, skip ahead. But this is the kind of stuff that I still love 10 years later. It's still so fun for me because you get to put all the pieces of the puzzle together. So I always think about what's in this workout, what's in the workout that's coming up next. How are these exercises in this superset or tricep pairing together? Do I want them to be doing chin-ups and then moving into heavy deadlifts? Is that going to smoke their grip? All these different aspects that we need to consider in workout design. Also, biggie for postpartum moms for the training session itself, consider just the ease that they are going to be able to do this in their life. If they're going to a gym, for example, does the equipment you have chosen work easily and well? What time of day are they going to the gym? Is the equipment available going to be, again, easy to access at that time? If they are working out at home, do they have the equipment readily available that they will need for these workouts? Third thing that I want to talk about is then the macros in this. The macros in strength training is looking over the longer term. Like I talked about, the 4-week phases is what we consider the macros. So the individual workouts are the micros, and then how they all fit together into these bigger phases is what we are looking at. So is it progressive? Are the workouts building on themselves? What are we even building towards? What is the purpose? What is the point? What is the goal? So looking over the long term, are they progressive in nature? And what are we even progressing to? Good questions to be having with your clients. And then just considering, are they training for specifics? Are they training for specific strength goals, endurance goals, daily life stuff, parenting requirements in terms of physicality? Are they just simply exercising to exercise, mental, physical health benefits? That's where I fall. I don't have really any training goals. I don't want to be able to do a certain number of chin-ups. I don't want to be able to do or to deadlift this many pounds. I just want to move my body because it makes me feel good. So my goals are not specific. Someone else's might be more dialed in, more specific. Variability in your training plan, another really key aspect to consider. So we want the plan to be variable over the time period that they're going to be training with us, working different skills, different movements. If they are doing a very specific training plan, then there might not be as much variability. But for general training clients in postpartum, lots of variability is often a very good thing for people. What if they are looking for aesthetic goals? Just seeing this question come up. Yeah, absolutely. So you can definitely program that depending what the goal is. Are they wanting to build more muscle mass? Are they wanting to lose fat? Are both of those things an interest to them? Adjust accordingly to your plan. But it's a fine goal to have. Absolutely. Life. Last point I want to talk about in terms of building successful strength training programs for your postnatal clients, consider their life. This is going to be the biggest thing with moms that we need to take into account. Just so much happening in a mom's life in terms of what they can do and what they cannot do, and how on the fly your training programs often need to be, because their life is just kind of up in the air a lot of the time. Some weeks they will have more time to exercise. Some weeks they might truly have no time to exercise. So we just have to adjust and really just give our clients a lot of compassion respect for the types of things that they are making happen and work in their lives. I think it's just pretty incredible that moms are able to carve out that chunk of time to be able to exercise at all. I really still don't understand now how people came on time to my workout classes with moms and babies. Now going through this myself, I don't understand how anyone made it. Truly incredible. So lots of big life stuff that obviously are going to be affecting moms. And then how do we continue to make them feel successful even when things are thrown on their head a little bit? Any other questions there? Just gonna pull this back up, make sure I got everything. Okay, so I think that maybe is everything. Building successful strength training programs. Consider the elements that are important to your client. Consider the individual workouts themselves. What do they look like? Are they purposeful and intentional? And then the training phases over the longer term. Was it difficult getting pregnant and postnatal clients before you experienced your own pregnancy? Love that question. You know what? It was not. It was not. I worked in a very different manner. I was in a gym setting for years and years leading up to my own pregnancy. But no, I coached tons of moms, lots of pregnant people. I think it is so interesting though, looking back on it, because now I basically only hire moms. I only work with people in my business who are moms, health practitioners that I go to. I seek out moms. So I do think it is interesting, but no, it was not hard, not impossible. Worked with tons of people. I think they just understood that I was educated. I cared deeply. We built a trusting relationship. So more than possible to be in this field and to not have experienced or never going to be experiencing pregnancy for yourself. Any other questions? I just want to tell you where we're going next. Now that we're wrapping up the 5 days to becoming a postnatal fitness specialist, the Postnatal Fitness Specialist Academy is reopening for registration next week on Tuesday. So be prepared to see lots of information coming at you at that. So proud at what we have put together and the incredible guest lecturers that are going to be teaching on the course. So I will post the information below in a link. If you are interested, if you've been enjoying and liking these videos, then maybe you are ready to take the next step and to dive into this field even more. Benjamin, what should we not include? Any specific exercises to avoid? All right, specific exercises to avoid. Ones that cause pain, ones that might increase feelings of pelvic floor dysfunction, exercises that they really hate and dread. I think it's okay to make people a bit uncomfortable, but exercises that they hate and just are not looking forward to don't need to be done at this time. We can always adjust and change. But I think that the biggest thing to consider with exercises to avoid are ones that people are not able to manage well, considering the loads in their body at this time. So is there pain? Is there pelvic floor dysfunction? Are they bulging through or doming through the linea alba during this workout? You might need to avoid that exercise, but maybe you just need to look at the strategy that's used in that exercise, being the breathing, the reps, the sets, the alignment. So I'm not going to say anything specific like planks or push-ups, but simply look at how the client is managing the intra-abdominal pressure, the load on their body, and then perhaps adjust the strategy first before you scrap the exercise. Even if there is pain, often adjusting the strategy can be super helpful. Okay, just saw a question about the academy opening up and the cert from GGS, I think. Completely different courses. I'm not involved with the GGS one. The academy is my course. Both fantastic. I think the Girls Gone Strong course is closed right now, but they will be opening it in 2018, I'm sure. So the Postnatal Fitness Specialist Academy, my course, and our team of guest lecturers will be opening to the public on Tuesday next week. Is that good? Anything else for now? If you have anything else, post them in the comments below. If you're on the wait list for the Academy, you're going to have more info coming at you today and this weekend, so stay tuned for that. And again, if you have any questions, you need any help at all, let me know in the comments and I will do my best to get back to you. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in over this week. I appreciate it so much. So fun to see you on and see your questions. Thank you, and I will chat with you soon.